Have you ever felt like someone was watching you, even though you were completely alone? Maybe it's a chill that creeps up your spine or the feeling of eyes on you in an empty room. Sometimes, the silence itself feels heavy, as if it's hiding something just out of sight. Tonight I'm sharing real ghost encounters submitted by viewers just like you, stories that'll make you double-check the shadows before you go to bed. These aren't just tales to tell around a campfire. They're true experiences that have left people shaken, questioning what's real and what's not. Let's start with a tale from Emily in Ohio. She grew up in an old farmhouse, the kind with creaky floorboards and windows that rattled in the wind. The house had been in her family for generations and every corner seemed to hold a secret. One night, as she was getting ready for bed, she heard footsteps on the stairs. Except, her parents were away, and her little brother was already asleep. The sound was slow, deliberate, as if someone was making sure not to be heard. Emily's heart pounded as she realized she was supposed to be alone. She peeked out her bedroom door, and saw a tall, shadowy figure at the end of the hallway. Frozen in place, Emily watched as it slowly disappeared into the wall. She tried to call out, but her voice caught in her throat. The air felt icy, and she could barely breathe. She never forgot those empty, hollow eyes staring right through her. For years she wondered if it was just a nightmare, but the memory never faded. Even now she avoids that hallway at night, just in case. Emily later learned that her great-grandfather had passed away in that very hallway decades before. Was it his spirit, or something else entirely? The mystery lingers, haunting her family to this day. Next, we've got a chilling story from Jason in Texas. He was driving home late from work, lost in thought, when he suddenly saw a figure in the road. The night was pitch black, and the only light came from his headlights cutting through the darkness. Slamming on the brakes, he watched as a woman in a white dress drifted across the pavement, then vanished. Her face was pale, her eyes empty, and she seemed to float rather than walk. Jason's heart raced as he sat frozen, unsure if he'd just seen a ghost or a trick of the light. But here's the twist. When he got home, there were muddy footprints leading from his car all the way to his front door. The prints were small, barefoot, and stopped right at his welcome mat. Jason checked everywhere, but there was no sign of anyone around. Jason says he never drives that road after dark anymore. He still wonders who or what he brought home that night. Sometimes he hears faint footsteps outside his window, but when he looks, there's nothing there. Our final story comes from Anna in New York. She moved into a new apartment and kept hearing whispers at night. The building was old with thin walls and creaky pipes, but these whispers seemed to come from right beside her bed. At first, she thought it was just thin walls or noisy neighbors, until she woke up one night to see a woman standing beside her bed, whispering her name. The figure was translucent, her face blurred, and her voice was cold as ice. Anna was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or scream. Anna turned on every light in the place, but there was no one there. She moved out 2 months later and the whispers finally stopped. She still wonders if the ghost was trying to warn her or if it just wanted to be heard. These are just a few of the hundreds of encounters you've sent in. Proof that sometimes the scariest stories aren't made up, they're real. Every letter, every email, is a reminder that the unknown is closer than we think. So if you've got your own spine-chilling story, drop it in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe next time I'll be telling your ghostly encounter. Your story could be the one that keeps someone else up at night, listening for footsteps in the dark. Sweet dreams, if you can sleep tonight. And remember, sometimes the things that go bump in the night are more real than we'd like to believe.